Hello, this is Kenshiro. お元気ですか? In order to speak Japanese fluently, you need vocabularies. The last video was about listening approach, and if you haven't watched it yet, have a look please. And in this video, I will introduce you some websites which you can find Japanese journals, news or articles in order to grow your vocabularies with reading approach. Again, in this video, the website I will introduce is very high level. I would say it's above N3 or N2 level. But you should try anyway. Alright, so let's see pros and cons for reading approach. Pros. It is much closer to textbook Japanese grammar-wise. The sentence structure has subject, object, verb, those things, and it has clear particles. So you can learn not only vocabularies, but also sentence structures too. And since you can proceed at your own pace, unlike watching, it's much easier to look up the vocabularies. And you can spend time to understand the sentences. And finally, it's super rich grammar and words. You will see many sentences which you never found in textbooks. Cons. Well, it's not directly connecting the daily conversation. I don't talk like the way it's written in the journals or articles, but still the word levels there are necessary to understand Japanese languages. And probably it's a little bit boring. It takes time to understand the context at first, for example in the books, so you need to be patient. Alright, then let's start. There are 3 types of materials which I would recommend: journal articles, news, and then novels. Journals. For journal, the good part is you can find something you're interested in. Wired.jp. Here, you can find many articles related to science or technology. The vocabulary levels are super high, but it's worth to try it. And it's not necessary to subscribe, just visit and then find what you're interested in. There are categories from business to culture, so I think you can find what you want to read. Sometimes the Japanese is not 100% natural because the articles are actually translated from English originals. But still, native Japanese are translating, so it won't be a big problem. I would say some articles have so many katakana words which you cannot find it in dictionaries. National Geography Japanese version. Absolutely my favorite. I believe this website can meet most of your interest. The level of vocabularies depend on what kind of field you are reading, but easier than Wired.jp. Some articles require the subscription, which is free. Life Hacker. Article about life hacking, explaining what minimalist is, how to live better life, or like about danshari, which you throw away what you don't actually need, like this stuff. And the vocabulary level is relatively easy. Ongaku Natari. If you are interested in Japanese pop music culture, here is what you want to see. This website has a lot of interview articles and information about Japanese pop music. Sinra.net. It has many interview articles of Japanese famous people, start from celebrities to sportsmen. Since it is an interview, so you can learn daily conversation Japanese, which using polite Japanese but also a little bit casual. And if you know some websites which you recommend or you know, please share it in the comment. Thank you. And the next one is news. It's one of the best goals for Japanese learners to reach this level, to be able to read Japanese news. And here's the news. But recently you can find only the information about COVID-19, but whatever. NHK, the biggest news platform in Japan. Japanese national broadcast online news platform. The vocabulary level is average. NHK News Easy. Maybe this is a well-known website. It's designed for Japanese learners, so you can look up some words, just click the word. Also, the kanjis have rubies, so you can easily know how to read it. The level is super easy. Yahoo Japan. The vocabulary level is quite average. You can find not only daily domestic news but also international, local, entertainment, like those stuff. The last one is books. 星新一のショートショート Sci-fi short stories. The length is about 4 to 5 pages per each stories. He's writing sci-fi oftentimes, but it's very deep. All stories have its own messages. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's very ironic, and so on. Every time you finish one story, your face will be in a smile as if you watched one movie. Unfortunately, it's very hard to find the books online. You can find some on Amazon Japan Kindle store. He has written so many books, so here is my recommendation. ノックの音が、夜のかくれんぼ、気まぐれロボット、おせっかいな神々、半沢直樹シリーズ。There are 4 books in total. The story is about bank. A story about office worker in bank, but it's amazing. The words are more about economy. So it will be probably hard, but if you want to enjoy Japanese novels, this is it. 伊坂幸太郎. He is a mystery novelist. His books are so interesting. His books have a lot of hints in it to things that happen later, so you will never be bored. Again, here are my recommendation of his books. Grass Hopper, Golden Slumber, ラッシュライフ、死神の精度、怪人二十面相、Mystery and Detective Stories. When I was 8 years old, I read this series. The word level is quite easy, and the best thing, you can find it online for free. Use 青空文庫. This website is basically free, and they have copyright-free books. It sounds awesome, but what you can find here are mostly old books. You can find many famous books written by Japanese authors such as 宮沢賢治、芥川龍之介. But they are all so hard to read since they're not using modern Japanese. But if you are interested in Japanese literature, you want to visit this website. 小説家になろう. This is a web platform which amateur novelists can post their own works. You can read the modern novels for free. Since there are so many books here, I think you can find what you like. Thank you for watching. I hope this will help you to choose what to use for learning Japanese. See you on the next video.